cool saw today, Jeff? What are we doing today?
What we were doing was what I was born to do. We come out and just drive what we built. I mean, we came out. Okay, so, all right.
Yeah, give me the whole story.
All right. Well, basically what I do is I build hot rods out of my little shop out in San Martin. And they're not your traditional hot rods. They're more old art things that people have forgotten about. We dig them out of the ground and we resurrect them and turn them back into working pieces of art that we can use. This is an event. I go to car shows a lot. Well, this is actually an event we can come out and use and participate in these events with our cars that we resurrected. So it's just a rewarding thing for me to do, to come out and see how fast my car will go, what it will do.
So can you tell us a little bit about this car that you have in front of you?
Yeah, this car is a 36 Dodge, 1936 Dodge body. I found it, I've owned it probably for 12 years now, 12 to 15 years. I dug it out of Hollister Hills. It had been sitting under an oak tree for 18 years. It's a funny story actually, because the guy, I was told about the car by another friend. Well, I went out to the house to go find out information on the car, and the second the guy opened the door, I recognized him. My dad has been a hot rodder my whole life, so I was probably 6 years old, and his best friend is Rich Bessem. Well, come to find out, I just walked up to Rich Bessem's house after I haven't seen him in maybe 20 years, and I knew the second he opened that door, I said, Rich. And he didn't know, and I had to remind him, I'm Jeff Jones, I'm Roy Jones' son. And he about hit the floor. And it was just one of those weird moments. I forgot about the guy, but it was a huge part of my dad's life, my life as a younger kid. I'm 40, I was probably 32, 33 at the time. And here I am face to face again over a hot rod body. So basically that, just dug it out of his yard. I gave him $600 for it. And it was just a body. So I had to go to another friend's house in Watsonville and dig a frame out of the ground. It cost me $20. So I had to dig that out of the mountainside. It took half a day. So then we just put the things together, man. Just put them together. This car has been probably in its fifth motor, sixth motor. I don't just put a motor in it and tool around the fairgrounds. We take them out and run them. See how fast they'll go, what they do. The downside is sometimes they don't do what we want them to do when the parts come out. But it is what it is. This is about the fifth motor, and it's probably the fastest the car's ever been. Little 360 sprint car motor. Detuned, which means taken off of alcohol and not injected. It's on a carburetor, and we put some nitrous to it. And there again, this isn't a car that I show up and just drive somebody else's car. They're a $250,000 car. This is a car I got $5 grand into, but I got about 20 in the motor. So it's a little different to some of my builds that I can take out and hammer on. It's just rewarding. It's just rewarding. Some of my other cars I can do this with. This one here is by far my favorite car. For that simple reason. It's a functioning car. Something I created from nothing. From a bunch of art that people have forgotten about. This thing sat in someone's yard for 18 years. A family of squirrels lived in it. You know, the dirt was 3 feet tall in this car. We opened the door. It took us 3 hours to dig the earth away from the door to open it, to find out there's 3 more feet of dirt in the pond. We had to shovel that out. I thought, all right, well, that's cool. It's in the ground. It's going to be rotten. I'm just going to take the body off and leave the rest of the ground. It was so far with dry dirt that it was preserved. So we had to dig out, dig out the ground. It took another 3 or 4 hours to get the dirt out of the bottom. It's just rewarding.
So, why? That's an extremely rare thing that you did. You found this particular coupe that you had to have so much that.
Well, I was told that this was a 32 Ford, and that's like the epitome of a hot rod, right? Everybody wants a 32 Ford. Well, I figured, all right, I kind of want a 32 Ford, so I went and did some investigating on it. It wasn't a 32 Ford; it's a 36 Dodge. But I kind of want a 36 Dodge too, so I bought it. But I don't know. Old cars, it's an addiction of mine. I can't tell you. I get on Craigslist and I search for shit I don't need, but I still buy it because you gotta have it. That's what I did. That's what I was born to do. Build cool shit I can take out the and hammer on. maybe the next car is going to be that much better to where I can hammer on the harder. Whatever. I'm not sitting on the couch watching other people build cool cars.
No,
It's my passion to do it, so thank God I'm able to do it. I learn every day. I wasn't born with this talent.
so for the outsider that knows car shows, doesn't necessarily know like what makes this particular type of racing, rat rod racing.
Well, it's basically drag racing. This is kind of an old school. I like this event for a bunch of reasons. But it's flag start. You run what you run. They do inspect cars that have to be safe. We don't want to get hurt. But there are cars that we're running in 60 out here. Real historical cars. And this is about the only place you can see them be used. They don't want them in a hangar put away just to look at twice a year. This place is we want to rerun. Don't forget about that history. We lived it, we still relive that history. It's just something we can do. Unfortunately, where I live, it's hard. They push away from us going out and doing this. They don't have an app. You can't download an app to go drag racing. So, well, maybe, but that's not what I want. I want to hop in my car and go drag racing. So, it's just old school. You kind of run what you brung, meaning, or run what you built. Who cares if it's fast? There's no losing. Freaking simple. Go for it. Or it's just epic. And goosebumps thinking about it. That's what I'm supposed to do.
So on that note, can you take us through your race day today? Because they're going to get a chance, obviously, to see.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right? So,
absolutely.
Well, what was today about?
Today is just about. So I've had this motor at this event twice now, and I've yet to put nitrous to it. Yesterday I put a little nitrous. This motor is specifically built for nitrous, and it's never run to its potential. There's one specific guy, Pete Tapley. He's one of my good buddies, man. But we have this little rival going. We got the only two suspect primer gray ratty little junker vehicles, and it's just a matching pair. It's just so appropriate for us to have that little rival and camaraderie. It's a rival and camaraderie. He's over helping me before we can go at it. Like, he beats me every time. That might be why, but whatever. It's all good. Like, I love it. Probably ventured off track somewhere around there, but okay. So I did get to race Pete, but there again, it's racing. It didn't always work out. He got me again, and we're practicing. You know, every time I race, we practice. They say you might not win that race, but I didn't lose that race. I've learned. I'm going to implement what I've learned next time. So we just progress up. No losing. So I raced Pete. I lost, but I won. They put me through a couple other races. I did another practice race where actually the car went the fastest it's ever gone. I won 101 when I raced Pete. He went 107. So I went back to my pits and I turned the nitrous up and I did a change plugs. And I won 104 the next pass. So I added 3 miles an hour to it, which is phenomenal. That's hard to do. Bolt in nitrous all day long. But got 3 seconds on it, so that was awesome. That actually got me to where I kind of knew what the car was going to do. Those were practice rounds. Next round, they want you to dial in. This 6.8 on the car is a dial-in number, meaning I'm shooting for the closest I can for that 6.8. It's kind of an odd situation, but I went quicker than what they wanted. I basically eliminated myself. So, and it is what it is. Tomorrow they've got brackets or classes for all of us that have lost. So we all get to try to win again. And there's no losing, dude. It's out here. Even if you blow up a motor, I blow motors up. It's pretty disappointing. On the way home, or I'm building new motors in my head as I'm leaving. They're like, it never stops. The next motor will be a little bigger. It's just, can't explain.
You're hooked.
I'm hooked. Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been hooked since I was this tall. I used to sit underneath the dash of my dad's 32. He had a 32 5-window little coupe. So it was my dad driving, and we were going to the racetrack, going to Fremont track strip. I mean, how perfect is that? So my dad would drive, my older brother, who was 2 years older, would sit in the middle, and my mom would sit shotgun, and I was under the dash on the floor. That was my spot. I've been hot rodding since I was running diapers. I'm supposed to do this. My grandpa's a hot rodder. My uncles are all fabricators. My whole family's been motorheads. That's what we do. I'm just trying to do my part.
So can you you talk a little bit about that, where you started? You started, can we, let's cut real quick, give our